collaboration between Twin City Talk and Forsyth Mags. I am producer Tim Beeman. I have with me Suzy Fielders and Burgess Jenkins from Twin City Talk, and I have Miss Brooke Color from Forsyth Mags. So I really don't know what's happening in this episode. I believe I'm going to be
in the hot seat.
It's about you.
It's
okay. About you.
So, well, I am in the hot seat. I'm used to that, so bring it.
So you just celebrated 5,000 episodes. That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
How
Truly
does it
remarkable.
feel? Like, what is it like? What do you feel?
I think, my goodness, that's a shload of podcast episodes.
Did you just invent a word?
Shload?
I'm adopting shlode.
Slowed.
Please do.
Just missing the it.
Yeah. Shload is it. Yeah. I've been using that on the Less Desirables for a while, and whenever I would say it, Bethany, my co-host, would go, "There it is," because for a while, every episode, it made its way in there some way. It was like a bingo game for the Less.
It's your I'll be back.
Yeah, Shload.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's just a lot. I started this journey 18 years ago, and I just wanted to do radio style things because I always wanted to be a DJ and wasn't, and decided this is what I want to do. I have a recording studio in my house at the time, and I can do it and not worry about messing anything up. And if I do, I can just edit and put it out and be done. And really, I don't do a whole lot of editing, especially on my own. There's no reason to. I want it to sound natural.
Yeah. I think that's one of the parts I love the most about you is that you are super authentic, and it's kind of just you get what you get.
Yep.
And it's not some edited, like,
Polished.
not real version of Tim.
That's right. I could be an actor, not any offense to actors, because that's your job is to become. And my job is to just let it spew out. I just, why do it if I'm not going to be me?
Yeah.
And why do it with other people if you're not going to be you? So I try, in one thing that I do is I coach, right? I've had to do less with you and not a whole lot with you, but be authentic. Make me believe it. That's the main thing I tell my clients whenever they start with me. Wait a minute, stop. Make me believe you.
Yeah.
Because no one else is going to listen to this longer than one episode unless they just like you. Because
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, because they're not going to believe you. And, we can be BS'd to all day long. I mean, I'm not going to get into politics, but the climate of everything right now is nothing but BS in every direction. So be you. Make me believe you.
Yeah.
Be genuine. Be
And you can tell when
authentic.
someone is like reading something, and nobody wants to listen to somebody read.
Yeah.
Well, unless you like audiobooks, but that's another subject.
Well, that's a whole different thing. Yeah. I'm not saying I don't ever read stuff, but you do it enough, and I think Burgess could attest to this. You read it enough, then it becomes like you're feeling it, not reading it.
Mm-hmm.
People, they tune into the podcast and they tune into movies and film due to the authenticity.
Yeah.
I mean, they're watching people express themselves, and they either like what that person has to offer, or they go find something else. But that's kind of the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
We all get to be authentically whatever we want to be in this space, and then those who love it, they join in with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Tim, do you remember episode 1? Like the very first podcast episode you ever
That I ever did? Yeah. I owned a comic book store here in town, and we were the second largest in size and the second largest in sales in the state. And we were often included on the Marvel Comics monthly sales calls. Because they would give some inside hints of what was coming.
What comic store was that?
Silver Bullet.
Okay.
I bought into it. I was 41% owner of it. lots of things that taught me, and that was choose my partners well. So we would record the calls because they knew we were doing it. We got their permission. And then I would take that call. I would take it back to my house. I would give a little commentary at the beginning, at the end, play that call, and then publish it. And that was I don't even remember what the call was about, but it was 2007.
Wow. Was the term podcast even coined at that point?
Yeah. So podcast came around in 2003, I think it was. And the first person to ever podcast was Adam Curry, who was
It wasn't the Podfather? It wasn't you?
It was not me.
Tim.
I was not far behind, but I was not the first. But he didn't coin that phrase either. He had one called the source code. It was basically here's what you need to do to get a podcast out, not a coaching thing, just informational thing. And then someone who was a journalist at the time, because the name came from, and not that we have them anymore, but iPods were a big thing, and broadcasts. So it was podcast. And a journalist coined that.
I thought
and
that was funny. It stuck around because iPods came and went so fast, and that it stuck is crazy to me. I mean, I would be willing to bet that most people don't even know what an iPod is today
anymore. Yeah.
If they're under
The age of
20,
30?
they definitely don't.
Unless they've seen it in movies.
Yeah.
Dang.
Now, my
I
son,
did not
who
know.
is 23, had one that I ended up with. But so he knew. But it was coined around 2003. 2002 is when Adam Curry started his. And basically what it is an MP3 file embedded into text file. The text file is what the RSS feed is. That's where you're telling this is technical stuff, so I'm sorry. That's where you're telling the Apples and the Spotifys and all that where to find this file. Because
keep listening. Don't go to your list. And
this is why I handle it for you. So it is basically one URL that tells all these platforms, here's where you can find the information, and it's within that I tell those platforms that there is a difference in the last time it looked, meaning there's a new episode out.
Was it hard to learn all this?
Yes. And when I started, there were YouTube had just started in 2005.
Yeah.
So, and because no one really knew what it was. There was no online tutorials for me. It was hit or miss. It was.
you actually had to do all the work.
I had to do everything myself.
Completely self-taught.
Including writing the RSS feed, which was ridiculous because I am not a coder at all.
Yeah.
And there is a shload of work that goes into that, and I had to figure it out. And there was a lot of misses, and I finally got it worked out. And then I cheated from that point. I just copied and pasted things that I knew that worked and changed the information I needed
That's
to.
not cheating.
I was going to say.
Just common sense.
It's using the tools that you have.
efficiency is what matters.
Learning how to podcast before YouTube University is crazy.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
It was a rough time, but it was so rewarding, and I am so glad that I did it. And it has evolved into such a massive thing. I mean, this is probably the fastest growing medium right after video podcasts. And it predated video because people weren't might have been doing a little bit of video vlogging at the time, but they weren't doing what they're doing now. It was really cool, I think, being on the forefront of that, the front lines, the harbinger of things to come, if you will.
The podcast pioneer.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
This was everything you thought it'd be.
And more. It truly is. This is my job, and it's not a job. I don't come to work any days, and that's cliche. People say that all the time. I love what I do. I have loved, even if I didn't, I have loved all those 5,000 and probably 5,100 at this point podcast episodes that I've done. For the same reasons, if you've watched the last 2 episodes of this collaboration podcast, the interviews, the people, the stories, the situations, the events, the businesses, all of that I get not only from the Less Desirables, which started 15 years ago, that has over 800 episodes, not only from Forsyth magazines, which, Brooke, you have always been my star pupil. The first episode you came in was accent prone. And you sit down and you're like, I don't know. And then the interviewer and you just goes, bam. And then 30 minutes later, that episode's done. And then you were still doing 8 at a time back then, which we both realized really fast was
8 at a time.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Terrible decision.
Yeah.
I didn't know any better.
We cut that back and it was
4 is my sweet spot.
Yeah.
This is why you do CrossFit.
Yeah. But and
Handle
I'm super introverted, so it's like it just really wipes out of me. So by episode 8, I was like had no idea what was going on.
The questions were like this: what do you do? Do you like it? Okay.
It is because of that day that you have this tattoo that says patience.
That's
on
right.
it.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so my entire history of podcasting is exactly what I love. I love doing what I do. This is not bragging that I am the best at what I do. And I love every minute of it.
Did you think when you started podcasting several years ago that you would eventually go into producing all these other podcasts for other people and kind of training?
No, it was
hosts?
it was an audition for radio.
Yeah.
In my eyes, because I wanted it. My favorite things to talk about to this day is still pop culture. It's still music. It's still movies, things like that. And I do a daily music history podcast, 12 minutes or less every single day about music history from today.
Yeah.
And I don't record it every day.
I was going to say, do you batch record those?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. That would be
Actually,
crazy.
I did the first ones the first year. And then only thing I do now is change the dates, or not dates, but ages.
Yeah.
This person is 43, where last year they were 42. And if someone dies, they would have been 43.
Yeah.
Or if they died on that date, I talk about that. But it was really an audition for radio that I never sent in because I'm like, this is pretty fun. I'll just keep doing it myself and build something up. Wanted to do pop culture. Asked a friend of mine, hey, let's do a 20-minute pop culture podcast. I'll handle the older generation stuff. You handle the younger generations. He was 11 years younger than me. And we said, okay. And it was never 20 minutes. Yeah. Only time it's ever 20 minutes is when I'm sitting here by myself. I make sure I mention my sponsors and something this past week, I was able to talk about the passing of Ozzy Osbourne. That filled some time, but I have not missed. The podcast has only missed one Wednesday since February the 3rd, 2010.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's insane.
800 and I think it's 812 weeks.
Wow.
That's
straight.
Remarkable.
That is.
Yeah.
I mean, might be something you should go see somebody about.
In that, so here's the thing. I went to Europe 3 times in that. I had open heart surgery in that on a Wednesday.
Go see somebody about this.
On a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday.
You're like, listen, can we wrap this up?
Yeah, and I was back in the studio the next week. On the next Wednesday, the whole time going, but
we're coming to you live from the hospital.
We have done remote podcasts. I don't do it a whole lot anymore. My setup now is more stationary, although it is totally mobile.
Yeah.
Suzy's feet are on the case for this machine right now. I could take it. I just don't.
I would like to do a remote podcast sometime.
I can do
At
it.
the Remedy.
Like for our 20th anniversary party, that would be cool.
And when is that?
September 18th.
Like the Remedy or Europe. Yeah.
Yeah, Europe.
And that's the beauty. I can do this from anywhere. But I choose to stay in Winston because I love this town.
I'm seeing a work meeting in our future.
Yes. We need a board meeting. A meeting of the minds needs to happen in Zurich.
Yes.
That's the place to be, evidently.
Yeah.
You know, you were talking about how much you just love it. You know, there's never a day of work that you come in here, and even on bad days, it's so there's a thing that people will say in the acting world a lot. It reminded me of that. And it's like your worst day on set is still a better day than almost any other regular day you have. And it made me think about you coming in here and doing this. And even if it's not a good podcast or whatever, it's still so great.
Yeah.
I love that. It's such an inspiration to, I mean, anybody listening, but certainly those who want to go do their thing and they're kind of hesitant for whatever reason. It's like, if you're passionate about something and you love something, even on your bad days, you're going to come home excited or fulfilled, even if you're exhausted.
I love those days where I will have, it's not unheard of that I've had Brooke, who does 4 episodes, Health Geeks Book Club, who now are doing about 3, but theirs are longer, and then one of my own at night, and then I go home and go, I love every part of that. Because even my bad days, how lucky am I to have done it?
Yeah.
And do it again as well as I do, and help others put their message out as well. I used to have a tagline, I speak for you, but it wasn't about that. It was either voiceovers or helping you speak for yourself. Now I don't even say that because I want to help people speak for themselves. And that's what producing podcasts for me is, whether it's my own and I have guests that, like Suzy said, able to tell their story, or as Brooke has said, that give information to the listeners about what they do, or just being able to help the creators themselves put something out.
Yeah.
That alone is huge. You know, the people have that as a resource.
Yeah.
You know, I have Actors Group, and I've been teaching film acting for 20 years. And it's incredible for me to be able to do that, because I didn't have that when I was here. I wanted to be an actor and I wanted to study, but I didn't have a place I could go.
There was no YouTube University for you either.
And even YouTube University. I mean, you can't really learn to be an actor watching that on TV. You got to go do it.
Yeah.
You need a place to do it. And so that's incredibly rewarding for me to have actors coming in who go, this is what I want to do, and be able to actually help them do that, show them how to become great at what they do, but then also how to take those steps. And that's what you're doing. I mean, you're able to provide a resource for people who go, I want to do this podcasting thing or whatever. They have no idea where to go, and you do. I mean, that's an incredible resource. Yeah,
I wouldn't do a podcast if it wasn't for you. Like, there's no way that I would.
Yeah.
There's no way I would make the investment in the equipment, take the time to learn how to use the equipment. There's so many more reasons than that, but I wouldn't do it.
You are totally speaking the language, and Suzy is my marketing person, so she puts this out. Do you know what equipment to buy? Do you know how to use it when you buy it? Do you know what to do with it when you're finished with it? Do you know how to edit it? Do you know all these things?
I would also take that a step further.
I don't want to know.
Right. And that's the technical side of it. But then the step further on that is, just because you might understand the concept behind a podcast doesn't mean that you can sit behind a microphone and be really good at it. It takes not just the practice, but hopefully somebody who would be able to say, here's some thoughts. On what you might want to consider. And some people may have that natural skill and they jump right into it, whatever, and they definitely need all the technical stuff. But it's a full package. Yeah. It's more than, any one thing. It's a lot of moving
like
parts.
A partner. That's how I always feel like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I find myself truly being a producer, being that I am helping you produce what it is you wanted to do. You wanted to tell stories and hear stories. about Winston-Salem, and I help you facilitate that.
Yep.
And I coach you when you need it, which is not often. And same with you and any of my clients. We might want to think about different guests for this instead of focusing on this part, just go with this instead. Mm-hmm. And we'll just go a couple and see if that works. And if it doesn't, we'll go back to whatever you want. But at the same time, I do not let people spend money with me and be unhappy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm going to just give a whole bunch of stuff away. I'm just saying, look, if this is not working, let's stop. You're wasting money. You're throwing good money at bad. And it's just maybe not what you thought it was going to be. Luckily, with both of you, that is not the case. And luckily, with most of them, I've only had to fire one client.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it was that was really more of just a fizzling out than anything else because it just wasn't working and they knew it. Luckily, I didn't have to have that conversation with them, but we did have conversations about procedure and best practices, and they realized that they didn't want it as bad as they thought they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's good for me because, let's face it, I'm putting my name on this too. Every podcast that goes out has the such and such media on it somewhere. And if it's garbage,
you don't want your name on it.
Yeah, I don't want my name on it. And I'm not talking garbage. I'm not talking trash. But if it's something that no one's going to listen to, then you're just
wasting everybody's time.
You're wasting everybody's time. I could fill that space with someone who knew what they were doing and wanted to do it instead of just, pardon the language, half-assing it.
I think it goes back to what Burgess is saying, though. You have to be passionate about what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
And even that person that fizzled out, now they know.
Yeah.
They were thinking about it for a long time and something they thought they wanted to do. And no, but now they know.
Yeah. Yeah. And they gave it the old heave-ho, the good college try, but it just wasn't.
You mean you gave them the heave-ho?
Oh. Well, it was more of me just looking at them like this. But, and if you're watching the video, you got to see that. But, I want people to put out the best that they can, and not only because I'm putting my name on it. I like making people happy. I like making people smile, and
that's evident, by the way.
Yeah,
the way that you give of yourself to the other people, whether it's the people that you're interviewing or the people that you're helping, and there's no wonder that it's so gratifying to you when you go home at the end of the day because you're making a difference. It's not just like, oh, let me show you how to use this equipment. I mean, you genuinely care, and that's the difference.
That's so
maker.
true. I've been coming in here every month for over 5 years now, and you've been
putting up with him for 5 years.
For 5 years.
Monthly?
Yeah, monthly.
We need to do a podcast on that.
And he is so consistent in that, like, of course, every day is not the best day, but he is always excited to see me, happy to be here. I'm never in here and I'm like, oh, he doesn't want me here today. Like, that is never, ever, that's so far from the case.
that is my Brooke time.
Yeah, and that's
I
really
have
special.
my Suzy time. I have my Eleanor and Kristen time. I have my Mercedes time. I have all that I have is my Mom's Gonna Make It. So Ann and Sarah Beth, they're in, and I'm like, I love this. It's my time with my friends, letting them do what they love doing, and me love doing it. And making it sound good and putting it out. My favorite thing to tell new podcasters, and I don't know if I told you, but I think I did. I know I told you. And all the other ones, that first one goes out, I send a text, Suzy, you are now a podcaster. And there is, to me, because I feel it more than you do.
Yeah.
Now the happiness, because usually the first one for everybody else is anxiety. But like, is anybody going to listen to this? And mine is like, you did it.
Yeah.
And we did it because high five, all that. It's just, I love what I do. And I love doing it with all the people that I do and the people who want to do it.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give them, the people that want to do it, besides call you?
Well, I was going to say, talk to me. And I won't let people start something that's not going to work for them. They have to have some level of dedication, obviously. And time is the only non-renewable natural resource we have. Mm-hmm. And I don't want someone to come in here and waste theirs or mine. Yeah. And so let's meet at the Remedy. Cheap plug. But it's true. That's where 90% of it, the only time that we don't meet at the Remedy is when someone else schedules it. And then I ask, next time, can we go to Remedy? But let's go there. Let's hash out what your ideas are. Let's run through some stuff. And I always give the same homework every time. I want you to send me an email with the first 4 episodes outlined. Mm-hmm. I don't care if we ever go back to that outline. I don't care if the first 4 episodes have anything to do with what you sent me. I want you to think hard and long about it. And I want to get inside your head of what you're thinking and how I can make that dream come true for you. Because this is going to sound corny, but I'm a dream maker. I want you happy. Yeah. Any of my clients, any of my friends, I want happiness. I am not in the business for people to frown. I want people to come in here and leave like, hell yeah, I did that. And I have actually had a couple of people do that. Mama's Going to Make It, for one. Oh, yeah. They are some of the most energetic people for having young children. They are energetic. And but they were like, hell yeah, we did that. And, I love it. That was great. And it makes me feel so good. And whether they say, hell yeah, I did that, I get that feeling from 98% probably. There's 1 or 2 that are like, I don't know. Then we work on it. And then the next time they come in, because at that point, they've already gotten their feet wet, right? Mm-hmm. They have already waded into those waters. Let's go a little bit deeper this time. And then they get it. And if they don't, then they get out of the water.
Yep.
And that's okay. Not everybody should have a podcast. Yeah. Everybody could, but not everybody should.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
Yeah. And I would rather it come from me. And, you know, it's like the fire boss. When my dad used to work in the coal mines, there was a hire boss and a fire boss. My dad was the fire boss.
Oof.
And he didn't like it, but somebody had to do it.
It's true.
And again, my thing is to let everybody down easy, because there's feelings. Mm-hmm. People get into this with emotion. They get in it with feelings, and they want to do a good job. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's less than. Yeah. And that may not be their fault. There could be circumstances. It could have been guest choices. It could have been whatever. Mm-hmm. So let's try again and see how it goes. And generally, for the first now, because I have all this experience under my belt, I usually give the first session either free or a discount, so you can come in, see what it's like before you spend your hard-earned money, and realize, oh God, this is not good, and then you feel like you've wasted something. So if I'm not making them pay the full price the first time, then they can say, that was awesome, let's move forward.
Yeah.
Because again, I want smiles, not frowns.
So how can people find out about you and everything?
There are several ways. Such and such media on the gram, on Instagram. Such and such media on Facebook. Such and such medianc.com is the website, and we are working on that. Yes. You can email me, Tim, at such and such medianc.com, and just have a chat. On there, if you send me an email, I can send you a scheduler. It will be, hey, let's book a time at Remedy.
That's what's
and have a coffee and talk about it, and see what your ideas are, and if I'm the right fit for you.
Thanks for what you do.
Yes, thank you for all you do.
Thank
for
you.
us.
Thank you guys. Because I'm nothing without my people.
You're killing it.
You are.
We're proud of you.
We are.
Thank you so much. TwinCityTalk.com, Twin City Talk at Twin City Talk, ForsythMags.com at ForsythMags, The Remedy WS.
Remedy WS.
Remedy WS.
Yeah, and also Remedy WS on Instagram.
Okay, sorry.
No, that's all right.
Take the out. And such media NC.com. Thank you all. And thank you guys for your kind words and the great time today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Wasn't that cool? Did you dig it? Well, just remember that the views and opinions stated on this podcast are simply those of the contributors and not necessarily those of the hosting company or distributors. You know, we understand that you really dig it and that you might want to use it. Well, you cannot use it without our permission. But, you know, we're cool. So we may let you. Just ask, okay?